Welcome back to yet another video. Nikola Glišić has signed with Red Star Belgrade. Nikola Glišić comes from FK IMT. They're from Belgrade as well. So an interesting little thing, IMT and Red Star has almost had a partnership in recent years where Red Star sends a lot of their players on loan to IMT, probably because of proximity. To tell you the truth, it's both teams are in Belgrade, so it's very easy to send players there. So this year, Ajibaba, Novakovic, and Lukic, I believe, are on loan at IMT. Lukic was there as well. He's actually still there, but I think he's with Red Star preparing for the second half of the season. Getting to Nikola Glišić a little bit, he's a right back or a right wing back, whatever you want to call it. He has three goals in 18 matches, and he is looked at as one of the better right backs in the second league. So they play in the second league. They're not the top flight of the Serbian league. They're currently in seventh. So Glišić will go back to IMT, and he will finish off the season there. And then later on, we'll see what happens with him and Red Star, if he's going to be loaned out yet again next season, or if Red Star does plan on keeping him next season and kind of playing the reserve to Piccini, who I spoke about a week ago and made a video about his rival at Red Star as well. But this is very interesting because, you know, we were kind of short on right backs, and then we've purchased two in the last week and a half, with Piccini being announced 2-3 days ago. I made a video probably a week ago because it was kind of announced and we were just waiting for him to leave Valencia. But it's interesting because we don't really have a backup left back for Rodic. So I assume that Gobelic and or Gajic are going to kind of, you know, God forbid if he gets injured, they're going to step in there and play the left back role. But it's very interesting that we bought yet another right back, because Gajic and Gobelic's contracts are done in the summer. So maybe this is a sign of things to come. Maybe Gobelic and Gajic don't come back for next season, which I don't think it would surprise many people. I just don't think that Gajic has really lived up to the expectations, although I really don't think he's that bad of a footballer. Didn't really live up to his expectations since he came to the club. He's had good matches, but I think there's been so many more bad or average matches for him, to the point where the board expected a little bit more from him. Gobelic has been fairly bad, and I think his red card record speaks for itself since he came to Red Star, and he will probably be looking for a new club in the summer. So an interesting purchase. He's fairly young at 22 years of age, but he's not 17, 18 to where, you know, you're going to loan him out a bunch of times. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits in with the squad during this phase, I guess, of getting ready for the second half of the season, and what happens at the start of next season. Look, I think if he maybe impresses, he stays with the club, although I think that's, you know, he could impress to a certain level, but I think just they're going to send him back to IMT because he's just going to get more playing time there. Like I said, he's one of the better right backs in the second league, and he's going to play every game. Fairly decent shot from just the brief videos that I've seen. Scored a really nice free kick goal. Just has a really good shot. He has the ability to get up and down the right flank, crossing balls, which is something that, you know, Red Star fans seems like we always complain about. We don't have the right players to do the crosses, but we'll see what happens, like I said, with him going forward. Would I be surprised if he's loaned out yet again next season? I probably wouldn't, because there's still that possibility that either Gajic or Gobelic comes back and they become the reserve right back for Piccini going forward. So, and I assume that they would come back on a short contract. So, you know, like a year extension or something like that. Glišić did sign for 2.5 years, with the option of extending for 6 more months, so 3 years altogether. But again, a signing that, you know, could be one for the future. Like I said, we'll see what he does in this preparation phase for the second half of the season. And like I said, Red Star just had a really good relationship with IMT going back probably 2-3 seasons now, where they with Red Star, just kind of sends out some of the younger players on loan, the 17, 18, 19-year-olds who need more playing time. And yeah, so the relationship has been great. Let's see what happens with him going forward.